Hi there everyone, and welcome to another Halo 2 Anniversary Forge to the Fight. Today we're going to be making a figure of 8 circuit, so it's nice and simple. We're going to be using some of the tools and stuff that I showed you the other day. But the only difference is, we'll be playing on a wash. It's another Halo 2 Anniversary Forge map of the 3 I think there are. So I think you got Skyline, Nebula and a wash to forge on. Right, and we'll be using the actual race mode as well, because as you probably guessed by now, making racing tracks is sort of my speciality. I quite like making them and bits like that. Right, so we're just going to take off all of these and then we will get started. And don't forget about the initial spawn camera as well. Right, so what I want is, we want to like hover above the ocean here, only just, but we want to use, I don't want something as big as what we used the other day, maybe 5 by 5, that might be more suitable to what I've got planned today. Right, so there we go, we started that like that. What colour do we want this to be? Let's have a little look. Should we have it yellow? Let's have a nice yellow. Right, and turn on magnets again today. Right, there we go. So we don't want too big of a starting straight, because it is a figure of 8 and it's going to be pretty tiny actually. So just something like this, and obviously as most of us know, the figure of 8, it's sort of, you got a crossover like in the centre, so that's where the fun comes in, where you start crashing into other cars, and yeah, it should get pretty crazy actually. So if I just pop that in like that. Okay. Right, so this is like the top of the 8. Right, now we're going to have a nice long road to the crossover point. Just so like this, right. And when I do get my online group to play on this map, I will share some footage of what happened, because I imagine it will probably get pretty crazy. But just for now, we'll have to settle with our imagination. And now, as you see, we're making the bottom of the 8. So it's pretty simple actually, very basic what I'm making here. Sort of like first time forger stuff. So it's not meant to be anything special, just fancy doing it. But that's what people get notice when they're playing. It's pretty basic. Aside from all the crashing, it is pretty basic. So what we got to do today is we got to add a little bit of decoration in, and that is going to be like the main lesson today. How to like put in some successful decoration. Right, now as you see, I'm just going to pop us back through the centre. Like so. And that is where we've crossed over on the map. And as you see, it's very tiny, so you may plunge into the depths below. And that is not what we, well, that is what we want. It's going to be more crazier than usual, this map. As we know, Halo does get pretty crazy at times. Right, there we go. We got the pretty much the basic circuit here. And as you look up, it is a, well, sort of a figure of 8. Look at that. Right, so with the, well, actually I think we have like a start finish here, because it's the longest straight. It may work a bit better. So I know it's pretty basic, but still, I always say this, don't forget to test, because if you don't, well, you don't know what could happen in the actual game. So at least if you test, you have some sort of idea of what's going to happen. So to make it even more crazier, we're going to add gun gooses in to just liven up the fun a bit. You just cross back over like that and try not to fall off while shooting other opponents like that. So yeah, that is the start of the figure of the 8 circuit. Right, now what I want to happen is, if you fall into the water, I want you to explode, die, whatever, yeah? Just so what I want, if we go into spawning, let's put in a kill area, where you just get killed instantly if you fall in. So what I want to do is just increase the radius, just so that it makes it like that, but to be honest, it doesn't really cover the whole area, does it? So I don't think having it cinder is going to work for us here. So if we have a box-like thing, just make sure it doesn't touch the track, otherwise it, well, that's not fair, is it? Alright, make sure we can center it as well, so we know how long it can be. So as you see, that part has actually started seeping onto the track. So we just gotta move it. Actually, I think we've put too much width on now. There is such a thing. Right, you literally are just on it there. And now what we want to do is we just want to bring it along a bit and extend the length. Now so just want to try fill the area. Right, so as you see, that box hasn't really done its job, has it? So we're going to try and give this one last chance. Actually, I'll tell you what we'll do, just to make it just easier. We're going to extend the length even more till it covers that whole area. Now bear with me. Actually, I'll tell you what we'll do. Having it like this is a bit annoying, a bit tough. So what I'm going to do is, now we're on there, just bring the top down so it is underneath the track, and then the length. Alright, if I just see what I'm doing, I'm going to just put it to the maximum, just so it's nice and easy, like that. And the width as well, just the absolute maximum it can be. So as you see, there is our kill barrier all around. Actually, it sinks into the ocean a bit. Why are you doing that? Reset orientation, there we go. And I don't want yeah, I don't want it to be above the track itself, otherwise it will count it in the kill zone. So I'm just going to lower it a bit and just make sure we can have the actual track itself in the outside the kill zone. So I'm just going to hover like that. Yeah. Alright, the track itself is outside the kill box, so that makes it easier. Right, and now what else do we want to do? Now we put these kill zones in. Let's not forget the initial camera. I forgot this last time, and I have put one in now, but we don't want to forget it again. So just while I'm thinking about it, so just need to get behind it. There, that should work fine. Okay, I think we've done everything we need with spawning for now. Let's go to structure, and as you saw the other day, I found race checkpoint arch large for the small tracks. Now as you see, this is perfect for our track. Or the smaller one worked better. No, the large one is best. And we'll just have it so that you do have to follow a select path, so people aren't cheating. There we are. Now as you see, I've actually forgotten a couple of things. Should you tell me what I forgot? That's right, I've forgotten the advance. So I need to put in race checkpoint and spawn sequence 1 for that, just to let the game know that it is the first checkpoint. And then over here, the same again, but 2 to let it know that it's the second checkpoint. Then over here, third checkpoint. Then over here, fourth checkpoint. And then we'll just have one more before the start finish again. The 5th checkpoint. Now I want the main bit here just a little bit further along, but not over the crossing bit, otherwise it'll interfere with the game itself. So look at that, we got a small figure of 8 and we got the basic startup for it. Now if we just delete the gungoose, we won't need it anymore because there aren't any special things we need to test. Let's pop in our spawning. So initial spawn. Dooba-dooba-doo. Let's have defender here. And we're just gonna see if we can make them all spawn next to each other. Because we want to be all equal and fair this time. There we go. Team 5. Team 6. Team 7. Team 8. Alright, as you see, I've spread Team 7 and 8 out a bit because we got some leftover space. So we're just going to spread everybody out. Because we are driving gungooses here. We don't want it to be too hard. Right, just to make it more evenly spread, I'm just going to have some people started slightly behind, sort of like a demolition derby start, I think it's called. Like that. So you have four in front, 4 behind. So now these people can get equally out, like that. Now the gungooses, but another little think about it, it may be a bit hard to race with gungooses, but I think I'm gonna have to, I don't know, I think we'll have to stick with mongooses for now until I find a way to make gungooses work, because gungooses are incredibly powerful. Anyway, let's get lights, shall we? Now, to really emphasize the just go, we're just gonna have some green lights like that. Right, hold on, let's put one there. And let's get our nudge tool out. Right, and just to emphasize go, like literally go, if you put, oh, that doesn't look too good actually. What about a red one? Okay, never mind. So there is our start line, just to say go. And there are the racers there. Right, now I want to make it look good, make it look amazing in fact. So what I'm going to do, maybe we're going to put some explosives in. Maybe, I don't know, put a couple, I think we'll have a look at it later, because I'm not quite sure yet. What am I looking for? I am looking for scripting. No, I'm not looking for scripting. I'm looking for gadgets. The map gadgets. Then we're going to have EMP device blue. Just going to pop them in the water here. It's all about, with these simple tracks, the decorations. Making it look good. That's what you want. And that looks better. That does look better. But I think we could do better. So if we put a 4 and a gravity lift in, we can just emphasize how, yeah, just put emphasis on the way to go maybe. And because it rains out some sort of like these things, you could make it sound like, look like confetti or something. Just want to make it look as good as possible. And it shouldn't have an effect on the race. Actually, that is something we should probably test. No, it won't have an effect on the race itself. It's just to make it look good. Decorate the arches. You have to make it look good. And I keep saying it, but yeah. These simple, basic, even any map at all, a simple, basic, small map, it just doesn't look good without decorations. Yes, it can be small, but you need to make it small and look good. Okay? Right, so actually I'm just going to get the mongoose out, because we're not going gungoose anymore. Just get the mongoose out just to test that those gravity lifts do not have an effect. If they do, what sort of effect do they have? No, they don't have an effect. But it's just nice to have them active and stuff like that. Right. What else can we pop in? I think having something like fusion coils in on the center may make it a bit too hard to use. So what I'm going to do, maybe have some kill balls in. So if you do fly off the track, you get killed. That is the definition of a kill ball. Hey, we just want it to look visually spectacular. Otherwise, there is no point to a small track like this. But then again, you don't want to overdo it. But I think what we've got at the moment is just fine. Got tin cups here, but I don't think we'll need any of those. Right, so what else do I want? We want some decorative structure. Maybe just having a simple column in, like this. Just something like that really, just to pop down. Actually, I think that they just look out of place, don't they? Now, brace, if we just pop him in the water here, just away from, let's turn off magnets now, shall we? Because they're a bit of a nuisance. You should pop these brace tunnels in here. As I said, you want to make the map look good without overdoing it. So I think we're pretty much on the edge of overdoing it now. But I think we have it look good. It looks good. Hopefully it'll play good as well. As I said, we don't have any, well, we won't have any footage of it, will we? Because I've just made it. But when we do have footage of this map being played, of course I will definitely show it to you guys. But for now, this will be the track. So we're just going to, in a minute, save and test, and yeah. Okay, so here we are. If you go to specific game options, you can change what vehicles you have. You have Goshawk if you want, or Scorpion, or you can even have a Hornet. But for now, we're just going to play with mongooses. And here we are at the figure of 8 circuit. Let's test it out. We're going to test that the kill zones work out fine and the checkpoints are all in order. You've got to make sure you test, otherwise how do you know what it's going to be in the actual game? And if you want to use any of my maps for the custom game nights, your own custom game nights, go ahead. They are all on my shared files, so you can go have a look whenever you want.
Race vehicles through the checkpoints.
There we go. Right, so off to a good start. And oh no, we're taking the corner too wide. There you go. Right.
Suicide.
I can tell you a problem there. The respawn points. I've only put initial ones down. So if you don't put other respawn points down as well, you will get that, okay? So you have to make sure you put respawn points and initial spawn points down, okay? Otherwise it won't work. So make sure you do that. Okay, if you guys enjoyed this video, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to this channel. We've got one more Forge video coming up to round off our forging week. I hope you've enjoyed it so far. I've got to say the next one is sort of a special one, so stay tuned for that. Right, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe and like. I thank you for watching, and we will see you next time. Bye.